Sorry about that. Me saying the magic key phrase to my phone decided to made the phone that's filming the video decided to react as well, and the camera went off. So I won't do that again. Right. What I really need is one of those magnifying lamps you use for soldering. The LED-U ones, the LED-U ones they're called. That's not the LED lamp, that's an LED-U. There's a brand name that used to be called LED-U or LED-U, LED-U. A very, very old brand of lamp which you can get, which used to have a giant lens in the middle. Basically, it was a lens on an articulated arm, and surrounding the lens was a ring-shaped fluorescent tube called a LED-U lamp. As I say, it's nothing to do with LED lights, it just happens to be called a LED-U. LED-U. Anyhow, what I need is one of those, but a modern version with LED lights, which I'll have to get. Can you see what I'm doing, Evan? I hope you can see what I'm doing properly. Perhaps I need to tilt the camera back a bit. That's better. You can see what I'm doing, you get a better angle. Just inspecting the joint before I snip the leads. Trim the leads off. Yep, look good to me. Got my trusty side cutters. Snip, snip. No, they're not dog toenail clippers, they're side cutters. They're not very good ones actually, they're cheap and cheerful ones I've had for years. I'll have to get some more. These are very cheap ones. Made by a company called Rolson. It's a cheap Chinese brand. They're alright, they do the job. Got a bit of a nick in the middle of the blade there. Sort of, I think I cut a screw or something with them once, so they damaged the blade. But as long as you avoid that pit in the blade, as long as you avoid the hole, because if you try and cut the leads with the part of the blade of the cutter that's been damaged, obviously it's the hole, that the indentation in the blade is going to surround the wire but not cut it. So yes, I'm over explaining it again, I know. Never mind. That's not the point, is it? Right. Enough waffle, more syrup. Get some more solder. I haven't done this assembly for a couple of years, well, about 5 years now actually. So I'm just getting back into the flow. When you haven't done a certain procedure for a few years, you sort of lose the momentum and the flow of what you're doing. So, what you can do, I do. So, I'm getting back into it by doing this. As I said earlier, I used to work on 2 or 3 three factories doing this, soldering boards together and calibrated them and tested them and packaging them, etc. So I'm used to soldering, it's just haven't done it like in this sort of environment. I say environment, I haven't done it a whole board for a long time, so I'm still readjusting to it. Snip! I'd rather do it slowly and waffly than rush it and mess it up, you know. I'd rather check the components 9 times or 10 times or 20 times if I need to, which it seems excessive, but once you've done it, you can't undo it without a lot of faffing about. So I'd rather do it thoroughly until I get back in the flow again, you know. I'd rather be careful. You might call me overcautious, maybe I am, but you know, there you go. That's life. That leads a bit too long. You find if your cutters aren't very sharp, you'll get some of the leads will stick up. If you try and trim the copper wire off, the little sharp bits stick out too much, the pokey bits. So anyway, I'll show you what I've done here. I've soldered these. There you go. Probably can't see that very well. I've soldered these components on. Let me show you closer up on the camera. That'd be easier, wouldn't it? And let's zoom in, shall I? Whoa. These little shiny parts here, these are my solder joints. I've been soldering these, you see. These where my end of my tweezers are. Oops. These are the ones that I've done, and these are the vias that I haven't done yet. They're the empty holes that still need to be populated with components. So the way to go yet, a little way to go yet. So, let me just check something quickly. Make sure I'm on the right track. Yeah, making sure I soldered the right board. On the instructions it says the analog board. Well, this is the analog. Oh, zoomed in too far. Zoomed in too far. This is the analog board. This is where all the analog stuff is done, funnily enough. Okay. So, R1, R2, R3 and R4 are done. So I'll tick those off. Yes, 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 yes. 5, 6 and 14 are 1k ohm, 1k. So that's 1k, 1k and 1k. Okay? Let's get these bits of lead out of the way. I'm thinking aloud, I do it a lot. Just testing these resistors, make sure they're absolutely the right ones. Yes. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. I'm off camera again, aren't I? I'm off out the shot again, mate. I'm sorry about it. I'm just getting into the zone, you know. You can never get fully into the zone when the camera's running because you're aware that you're potentially going to be entertaining someone at some point. So, whoops. Off. No unknown or damaged part. I'm not surprised. I haven't locked it in yet. Lock it in. Now try it. Testing. See that? Whoops, what happened there? Try again. What's going on here? Let's restart the tester. Oh, display's gone funny. See, that says 977.9 ohms, that funny squiggle at the end. This symbol here, that's the omega ohm symbol. That basically means 1 kilo ohm, 1k, 1000 ohms to you and me. Okay, so that's ready to go. Do the second one. They're all the same value resistors, so I'm just testing to make sure they absolutely are the ones I need. Because if I mess up, there's no going back. Restart. The software in this tester, I programmed it myself. Well, I modified it a couple of years ago, and something's not quite right with it. I have to keep pressing the reset button. What's going on here? What are you doing? Yes, turn off. Start again. I'm a busy man, come on. Testing. That's going to be 1k again as well. Yeah. 992. Good enough. If I was going just by the colour codes, which strictly I should be, I would just look at them under magnifying glass and go, yep, that's 1k. But because I had a bit of a stressful day today, my concentration isn't totally there, 100%. About 99, but I'm testing in with a tester thoroughly to make sure. Try again. Yeah, they're all 1k. One more time. Back in a second. to let my cat out. That's why I was on for a couple of minutes. Right. Get the resistors checked again. On the 10. Man, they're so small. My eyes. 100. 1000. 1K, yes. 1000. 1000. So that is brown, black, black, brown. 1000. Brown, black, black, brown. Hang on a minute, that's wrong. Talking rubbish here. Talking nonsense. It's not brown, black. It's. Yes, it is. Huh? Is that brown or red? Let me know. Hey. What a palaver. Let's try again. $1K. $1K. I'm really overdoing this, seriously, over thinking about it, but there you go. Okay. $1K. There's a problem with overthinking, isn't there? Hey, what's going on here? $1K. This is the last time I'm testing them. It's about 15 minutes testing 3 resistors. How ridiculous. Yeah, this tester's a bit of a pain because it keeps going back to the main menu. Do not know why. Do not know why. Okay, they're done. So that is R5, R6 and R14. R5, R6 and R14. So R5. I'll make sure these are the right way around because it'd be silly not to, because they're all in a row. They're in a row here. Oops, they're not in a row here, you see. 1, 2 and 3 there. So to have them in the wrong orientation next to each other, where it's more obvious, would be ridiculous. Like that. almost done now, he says optimistically. R5, R6, yes, and R14. Yeah. Gonna enjoy using this, I'll tell you now. Right. There we go. So now, I've got these pulleys outwards a bit. Hold them in place while you're soldering. The trick is to press them on the component side, press them against the board with your thumb as you're splaying the leads out on the back. And then the tip is to solder them with the soldering tip, clearly. This is so much more fun than pushing buttons on a computer, I tell you. It's much more fun. Doing a practical job with your hands, a physical job, is much more rewarding than pressing buttons on a computer, which I've been doing for years in my own time, making money and learning stuff, but it's so much more fun to build something, what's the word, visceral or something, not visceral, some physical, mental reward from doing something with your hands and your eyes and your body and your gifts that God's given you, as opposed to just clicking buttons and updating firmware and software, and it's just boring, clinical and sterile, and there's no auditory or sensory experience to it apart from a screen, and you're just thinking, what am I doing this for? Clicking mouse buttons and updating firmware and software packages and reading blogs about people who were angry with Apple and people who are just boring. The world's gone so nuts these days. Oh, my iPhone isn't working. Perhaps you didn't have an iPhone, you wouldn't have a problem to think about, would you? If you didn't have an iPhone, you weren't obsessed with using it and tapping it all the time. And you went back to the old days when things were simple, where everyone wasn't obsessed with looking at the internet all the time. You might enjoy your life more. I'm talking from personal experience, by the way, not being cynical. I'm saying I've done it myself for many years. Tapping a phone screen and refreshing web pages and checking for news and checking my email, sending email. It's boring, man. Boring. There's nothing challenging about it at all. It's just boring. Anyway, enough complaining. Which I'm not really doing, I'm just venting. So they're all done. Triple check, quadruple check. R6, R5, and R14. R5, R6, R14. Which are now ticked off. Ticked off in a good way. Right. R5, 100000. Yep. Okay. 300 ohms. And that's right at the top of my sheet. 300 ohms. Sitting there. R7. That's R7, not arse heaven. I don't know what that came into my brain for. R7. 300 ohms. Where's R7? The thing I've noticed about this data sheet is, as far as I can tell, they don't give you an overall board legend or layout of the board. They just give you close-ups of the board. you get distance shots of the board, you know, from a way away, like showing the board outline, but no close-ups of the individual legends. Speak to my robot. Alexa, what time is it? Alexa. Oh, she's unplugged, isn't she? Ha ha ha. Uh, 300 ohms. Which one is that? R7, which must be. There's only so many resistors on the board. It's got to be one of these. R12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. There she is. Sorry, you can't see half this, can you? Top one. 7, 8. Right. R7. 300 ohms. R8, R16, 150 ohms. R8, R16. 150, 150 and 150. I'm just pre-allocating the resistors in my hand so I know which one's which.